Hi there, and welcome to Brave New Yoga. My name is Amanda Upton, and I help working mothers make self-care a daily habit. Today, I'm talking about 3 ways that you can bring in the New Year's in a mindful and meaningful way. Now, New Year's is like my favorite time of year. It's like the most fun time of year in my eyes because it's this beautiful ending and beginning. Is this really powerful time of transition and a really awesome way to mark the end of something and the beginning of something. And when anytime we have an ending and we have a beginning, we have an opportunity to create something new, to be something different, to ask more of ourselves, and to really set the course for how that can be. So for several years now, I have used New Year's, that time, to really take a few days or even a day or an evening to reflect and to really consider, where have I been and where is it that I want to go? And I've really over the years have made this a more and more intentional, serious, and I say serious, I don't mean it's not fun, but like this means something. This matters, because what I have experienced is that every time I do this practice of sitting down and reflecting on the past year and visioning for the new year, I am creating more and more of what I desire in my life. Every year I am living out my dreams and my goals and my bucket lists and all my desires more and more and more, because this process of reflecting and visioning is asking me to get clearer and clearer. And out of that clarity, I am finding more meaning and more purpose in my life. And I am living with more intention. The thing I think about a lot is we have this one wild and precious life. And so we get to do something really amazing with it, right? We have this one life. Why not just use this as this opportunity to create the life we really, really want to live in? So if you have not done a New Year's practice in any before, or all you've done is set resolutions or set a few intentions, I really invite you to try out these 3 activities I'm going to share with you today. These 3 ways to really set the tone for your new year and to make it more meaningful and to really bring more intention and action, not just to this beginning point of the year, but for the whole year. So let's dive right in. The first thing that I want you to do is I want you to grab a journal, and I want you to have a space that you're going to be in, and so you can reflect and write in your journal in quiet, distraction-free place. Now, by the way, you can do this work in the weeks and days leading up to New Year's. You can also do it New Year's Eve. You can even do it New Year's Day. But definitely keep it tight to around the New Year's time, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, so that you're really feeling the energy of this transition. So you're in a distraction-free place. You've got your journal. You're ready to dive in. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to review the past year. Now, something that people often do is they will just jump right into planning, to like, oh my gosh, what's my resolution? What's my intention? What's my plan for the new year? Without taking the time to reflect and to look back and to see where you've been, so you know where you're going or what you need to do differently or what you need to do the same. So that you always want to start by reviewing, by looking back at the past year. So here's what I want you to do. With your journal in hand, I want you to answer these 3 questions. What are 3 things that made you feel excited and energized in 2021? What did you accomplish in 2021? And I want you to think small and big accomplishments, everything that felt like a win, every single thing, whether it was getting up earlier or going to bed earlier, or it was reading 10 books, or it was getting a promotion, or it was creating a new product, or it was adding a new habit into your life that feels really like you're taking care of yourself. Just think of all the things that you accomplished, that you did, that you created, that made your life better, that made you feel better. And the third question here is, where did you feel held back or stuck in 2021? And the way that you can kind of get to that answer is to reflect on what you wanted to complete or accomplish, but you didn't end up making it happen for whatever reason. Maybe you felt held back or stuck there, and that could be as a result of fear, of not having enough information, of not having a plan. So where did you feel held back and stuck? Now we're going on to the second part. So the first part was reviewing the past year. Now, the second part of having a mindful beginning to your new year is crafting your vision for the new year. So in this case, you're crafting your vision for 2022. So when you're crafting your vision, here's what the most important thing that you need to do. You need to spend time dreaming. Now, I want you to put the logical part of your brain to the side, that rational part that's trying to make sense of it all and kind of make it seem like, is this actually possible? All those questions, all of those ways of thinking, I want you to put them to the side, and I want you to just be in a dream space, in a place of possibilities, in a place of what if, in a place where anything is possible. And I want you to write down everything that you want to make happen. Now, if this feels really vague and really big and like I can't get a handle on it, then I want you to think about it in this way. I want you to imagine that you have magically traveled to the future 1 year from now. How does this future version of yourself live every single day? You can look at a single day, you can look at a week, but how does this future version of yourself move through life? What is this future version of yourself doing for work? What is this future version of yourself eating? What is this future version of yourself doing for fun? How are you making money? How are you making a difference in the world? What does your community look like? Think about your day, the minute you wake up to when you go to bed, what it looks like. Have you integrated a self-care practice of any kind? Have you started exercising? Do you have a partner? Just begin to think, what is this future version of myself doing? And I want you to just write down everything that comes to mind. Things that you have started doing, things you've stopped doing, things you're doing more of, less of. What areas of your life have improved? Write everything down. It does not need to be in any specific order. Just do a whole mishmash of stuff. Let your imagination run wild. Okay, and don't censor yourself. Now you've reviewed the past year. You have visioned you're crafting this vision of the 2022, your new year. And now for the third part, you're going to set your 2022 goals. Now I want you to look at everything you just imagined from your future self. And I want you to just allow yourself to begin to craft what this future version of yourself is doing into some very specific goals. But I want you to do this in a particular way. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to set a timer for 5 minutes. And during that 5 minutes, I want you to do a brain dump. Take that imaginative place you were just in and begin to formulate some goals. And whatever goals you think of, anything you think of, I want you to write it down in your brain dump. Write it all over the page, whether it's getting a dog or moving to a new city, or becoming vegan, or starting every day with a smoothie, or waking up earlier, or reading 40 books, or joining a gym. Whatever your goals are, whatever thing you've been thinking about, dreaming about, wanting, desiring, write it all down. Do not stop yourself from putting it on the paper. Write down all the goals you can think of. From there, you're going to take a deep breath in and let it out and go, okay, now what goals mean the most to me? I want you to narrow your focus. For you to achieve any real results here, for you to say, wow, at the end of 2022, for you to say, wow, I had a magnificent year and I did all the things I wanted to do, you're going to have to narrow your focus. You're not going to be able to work on and achieve all the goals you've just put down in your brain dump. So I want you to look at all the goals, group them together, circle them, cross them out, just begin to see which ones mean the most to me, which ones would make the most difference in my life right now, which ones would take me to the next place where I want to go with my career, my relationships, with my health, my wellness, which goals would make the most difference. And I want you to narrow down to 5 specific goals. Write those 5 goals down and write them on a clean sheet of paper. Put them in a place that's visible. Now, your bonus step is to do one more thing. So, to create a mindful year, first you review the past year. Second, you craft your vision. You let your imagination run wild. And the third thing that you do is you set your goals. Now, there's one more step that's going to make this process even juicier and mean even more for your year. And that is to create a vision board. When you create a vision board, you are taking these logical kind of thoughts and you're putting them into a visual form, which helps your brain to actually work towards manifesting those goals. You give your brain a picture, an idea, a vision of what's possible. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your journal, a big piece of paper, piece of cardboard. I do a lot of my vision boards on cardboard because that's what I often have handy. And you're going to begin to clip images out of a magazine. You can look for images on Google, and you're going to find your 5 goals in visual form. Find like pictures that represent, and it can be colors, symbols, actual images of the goal being achieved for your vision board. But here there is a key here. Not only are you going to find images that show the goal achieved, you are going to find images of showing the progress towards that achievement, showing the progress of achieving that specific goal. So showing yourself working on that goal, show yourself being tired and still working on it, show yourself feeling like pulled in different directions, show like this real experience of what it's like to go after your goals. Try to have your vision board be this realistic picture of what it's like to actually work on your goals. When you do that, you're giving yourself in a number of ways permission to do the necessary work to achieve your goals. It's messy. It can be hard. It can be tiring. It can be liberating and exhilarating in the most fun experience. It's a mixture of feelings. So put all of that on your vision board. And then put your vision board in a place where you're going to see it. It could be in your office. It could be in your bathroom, in your closet. A place where you're going to run into it and see it every single day. Okay, so you ended up there with 4 mindful ways to bring in the new year. Now, if you are looking for just more depth to the practice, you want more guidance, you want me there to support you along the way, you want more examples, you want more support, and you want to just go deeper into this process, into the reviewing, into the casting your vision, and into setting and mapping out your goals, then I encourage you to join my Brave New Year retreat, which is an online self-paced course where you are going to get tons of help doing this work. It's going to go way more in depth. You're going to have questions, you're going to have worksheets, you're going to have some creative activities, and you will also have yoga and meditation practices to help you just work through this transition and get to a very clear, intentional place. Now, if you want more information on that, go to bravenewyoga.com/retreat. In the meantime, drop a comment in the below that tells me what you're excited about for 2022. You can name a specific goal or just something you're really wanting to make happen. Okay, be sure to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time.